Hi, and welcome to another episode of What's the Story? Here we condense things way down. My name's Chloe and I'm your narrator. I hope you like it. The film begins with a gorgeous blonde teen girl named Jessie, played by Ella Fanning, spread out across a love seat. Blood runs down her body, down the love seat, and onto the floor underneath her. Dean, played by Carl Glusman, a young amateur photographer she met on the internet, is photographing her. The shoot allows Dean to hone his skills, but it is primarily for Jessie to obtain headshots. She is struggling to remove the artificial blood makeup from her body after the shoot when makeup artist Ruby, played by Gina Malone, offers to assist her.
I'm Ruby, by the way. Do you have a name or you want me to guess?
Jessie.
Jessie.
Ruby discovers that Jessie has recently relocated to town and that this is her first picture shoot.
Can you just get to LA, Jessie?
Jessie also claims to be staying at a rundown Fleabag motel in Pasadena. Ruby extends friendship to Jessie and invites her to a party later that night. Sarah, played by Abby Lee, and Gigi, played by Bella Heathcote, are models. Gigi is constantly bragging about her significant plastic surgery.
God, life is so unfair.
Gigi just got out of the body shop. She's still a little sensitive.
You had work done?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
While Sarah believes that the only thing that matters in this town is who you're having sex with.
You must have a boyfriend.
All she really wants to know is, who are you f***ing?
Despite the unfriendly emotions from the veteran models, Jessie has a good time at the party by watching a naked model seemingly fly over a stage and hover under a mystery blue upside-down triangle, all to the beat of flashing strobe lights. Stop! Yes, as much as I love this track, I have to stop it there. Don't want any bother from the rights holder. But if you like it too, it's called Demon Dance on Milan Records by Julian Winding. Go Google it. Meanwhile, the next morning, Jessie has an interview the next morning with a famous modelling agency. Her interviewer, Roberta Hoffman, played by Christina Hendricks, compliments her on her looks and predicts that she will be successful.
You're very fit.
Thank you.
You're also very young.
Jessie tells Roberta that she's just 16 years old. Roberta resolves this by getting a parental auth form.
There's just a teensy bit of paperwork. I'll need a copy of your driver's license and a voided check, and I can take those right now.
She fires two other models while going to fetch the paperwork.
I need a parental consent form. You can go.
And convincing Jessie to start telling people she's 19 as age 18 is too obvious.
When someone asks, I want you to say you're 19. Always 19. 18 is too on the nose.
Ouch. Jessie and Dean celebrate at her signing that night by driving up to the Hollywood Hills and taking in the view of the city below. Jessie discusses how she's always felt untalented, but is confident in her ability to make money with her beauty.
I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't write. No real talent. But I'm pretty. And I can make money off pretty. So.
Dean plainly has feelings for her, but he is wary owing to her youth. She obviously seeks his moral backing, questioning whether she should actually lie about her age. Dean encourages her to do the right thing.
They want me to lie.
Who wants you to lie?
The agency. They want me to say I'm 19.
How old are you?
16 last month.
You ought to do what you think is right.
The next stage for Jessie is a photo shoot with a renowned photographer, Jack, played by Desmond Harrington. After Ruby finishes her makeup, Jack takes one look at her and says that this picture shoot will be a closed set, leaving him alone with Jessie.
All right, everybody. Thank you for your work. It's gonna be a closed set.
I don't mind staying. It's not a problem.
We're good.
He instructs her to remove her clothing and turn around.
Take off your clothes.
He then erotically rubs her body with gold paint and snaps an incredible photo session. When she's finished, she runs into Ruby outside, who warns her to be cautious around guys like Jack.
How did it go?
It went good. It was great, actually. I should go before our meter runs out.
I don't think you should be alone with him.
Ruby's friendship and willingness to call her if she needs anything means a lot to Jessie. Ruby later joins up with Gigi and Sarah at a diner where they all notice Jessie's rapid rise in the model circuit.
He brought her in for a test.
Jack doesn't test new models.
Well, he does now. Apparently, he thinks she's gonna be this giant star.
Jack shoots me all the time. That's not gonna last.
Ruby confesses that Jessie has a distinct personality which irritates Gigi and Sarah. Meanwhile, Jessie discovers something while snooping through her motel room that night. She alerts the grumpy manager, Hank, played by Keanu Reeves, who inspects the room and discovers that a cougar has snuck in because she left the sliding glass door open while she was gone. Hank insists she pays for the damage caused by the animal.
You're paying for this.
I didn't do it.
I will find you. Got it.
The next day, Jessie finds herself at a casting call. Sarah is also present and not pleased with Jessie's presence. The fashion designer, played by Alessandro Nivola, is unfazed by most of the models, but utterly falls for Jessie as she auditions.
Where's your card?
I don't have one yet.
Jessie's new in town, but she's just been signed by Roberta Hoffman.
How old are you?
19.
Any runway experience?
Not really.
Okay, let's see the walk, dear.
Sarah, who breaks down in a bathroom and throws a trash can at the mirror, is immediately employed. Jessie enters and compliments Sarah, but when she wonders what it's like to go into a room and be adored by everyone, Jessie answers, "It's everything."
What's it feel like?
What do you mean?
To walk into a room and it's like in the middle of winter, you're the sun.
It's everything.
Sarah attempts to swallow her blood by kissing her hand after Jessie slashes her hand on a broken mirror shard. Jessie becomes terrified and flees to her motel. Dean discovers her bloodied and unconscious some hours later. He takes care of her by removing the shard and paying Hank for the door. Hank mocks Dean by saying she isn't worth it if he isn't having sex with her. He even offers Dean a 13-year-old runaway in the room next to Jessie's, which disgusts Dean.
Take a peek in room 214 if you get a chance. Rented this week to a girl from Sandusky, Ohio. Runaway, 13 years old.
The anonymous designer hosts a fashion exhibition. Jessie and Gigi both participate, but the designer is primarily looking for Jessie to be the desired closing model. This, as expected, drives Gigi and the other models insane. As the performance begins, Jessie experiences an intense hallucination in which she sees mirror images of herself inside another blue triangle, making out with each other. Jessie later takes Dean to a private gathering with the designer and models. The designer can't stop raving about how inferior Gigi is as a result of her numerous plastic operations and how Jessie is a diamond in a sea of glass.
You can always tell when beauty is manufactured. Now, look at Jessie. Nothing fake, nothing false. A diamond in a sea of glass.
Dean debates with him about assertions that beauty is important. When he says that Dean would never have bothered with Jessie if she wasn't attractive, Dean becomes irritated and exits the party.
So go.
Jessie later finds him waiting for her at the hotel and asks her if she really wants to be like them. Jessie ditches Dean after claiming that they all want to be her.
What are you? Is that what you want? You want to be like them?
I don't want to be them. They want to be me.
That night, Jessie has a dream in which Hank enters her room and gently inserts a knife down her throat while softly requesting that she open her mouth wider.
Wider.
She awakens to see an unidentified man attempting to enter her room. Jessie hears him enter into the room next door and rape the 13-year-old runaway after breaking through the closed door. She phones Ruby, who asks her to spend the night at a beautiful estate she's house-sitting.
You already tried to get in.
Can you get out?
I think so.
Come here. You're gonna be safe.
Ruby consoles her before gradually attempting to impose herself on her. Jessie informs her that she is mistaken and that she is straight and a virgin. When Ruby wants to be intimate again, Jessie pushes her away. Ruby heads to her second job at the mortuary the next morning, where she does makeup for dead bodies awaiting burial. She fantasizes that one of the female corpses as Jessie and has fun while doing so. I find this scene quite, how can I put it, disturbing is probably the safest adjective I could use, but wow, Ruby is absolutely jacked. Back at the estate, Jessie dresses in a beautiful gown and spends the day putting on an elaborate layer of cosmetics. Jessie is standing on a diving board above an empty swimming pool when Ruby returns home.
Jessie.
She tells Ruby that people have always admired her beauty and that some would go to any length to obtain it.
You know what my mother used to call me? Dangerous. I know what I look like. What's wrong with that anyway? Women would kill to look like this.
Jessie returns to the house and discovers Gigi and Sarah. She asks the two girls if they're having a party.
Are we having a party or something?
And then they savagely attack her. They pursue her outside, where Ruby repeats her previous words before throwing her into the deep end of the empty pool. Ouch. The fall kills Jessie stone dead. And her body is grabbed by the three girls, who then cannibalize, consume sections of her body, and bathe in her blood, revealing that Ruby, Gigi, and Sarah are Elizabeth Bathory-type vampires. Bloody nasty stuff. Yes, I was right to use the Elizabeth Bathory analogy. The three Bathory vampire females awaken the next morning and resume their lives. Ruby waters the mansion's plants while lying on top of Jessie's freshly excavated grave and reads a book. Sarah is accompanied by Gigi to a beach house photo shoot coordinated by Jack. Jack pauses the shoot to laud Gigi's beauty before immediately firing another model.
I'd like to use you for this. Would you be okay with that?
Annie, you're fired.
And having Gigi take her place, putting her directly next to Sarah in the photo. She becomes quite ill, though, and escapes to a restroom. Sarah comes to Gigi's rescue after observing her regurgitate one of Jessie's eyeballs. Gigi, terrified, cries, "I need her out of me!" and stabs herself to death with a pair of scissors. Sarah consumes the regurgitated eyeball and returns to the set as the film abruptly finishes. So what are your thoughts? Have I inspired you to go watch this mad film? How jealous and over the top were those models with Jessie? I loved the scene in the dark club. The music, electronic, hypnotic, the song Demon Dance. Search the OST for it! I'm Chloe, and I really do hope you liked this episode of What's the Story. Please like and subscribe for more, and have the best day ever.